mentioned about being in a scenario where people are on the other side, like if, for example, whether it's a riots and stuff like that, or whether it's they will ask you probably like what your name is and stuff like that. Both in a conflict zone or in a situation like this, do people or are they not aware that you are someone who's a neutral body who's just basically covering that conflict or that sort of a scenario which needs to be sent to the for the bigger masses of people to see?
I'm sure they did. That's why I'm sitting in front of you,
Hmm.
alive, not been sent to hospital that time. I guess they believed me.
Hmm.
That's why. But things have changed now. And things have changed because look at the media. Are they neutral? And people won't believe. Now if you go and say I'm neutral, they'll laugh at you. Which media, who's neutral in India? Who's neutral? They're always taking sides, either this side or that side. So those days were different. Even the media was, I don't know those days. Maybe, see, I worked in Reuters and I have a lot of pride and respect to Reuters for that. People who have not been there might say they have an agenda, international have agenda, but I know from inside there was no agenda ever. Never told to shoot this or don't shoot that, do it like this. And one thing they valued: credibility, truth. I'll tell you so much so that these concepts are not arrived this country. And just a regular protest rally, were they reacting more because of your camera? I said yes. The camera was on there, they would have been not so loud or not so with all this sloganing and all this thing. They would not be doing all that if maybe there were no cameras there. There was no sedate. And said, okay, let's not use the picture then. So yeah, please, let's not use it. To that level, I would not talk to my subjects, not even talk to them. And most people don't realize that, that even saying, don't look here, look there is wrong. Don't move a stone. Just report the way it is. Your job is not to take a great picture that because you've gone there and put in the effort, you have to come back with a great picture. No, what you have to come back is what happened there. Nothing happened, nothing happened. I tell you, Indian newspapers just have no concept about it. I don't think there is any photojournalism in India, real photojournalism. The way things are being set up, orchestrated, it's just downright sickening. My students will go and, after all the hours and days of lecture I give them about credibility, I say, if you're a bad photographer, no problem. You can become a better photographer. But if you ever cheat, don't show me your face. I'll be ashamed to share the same space with you. And that's the thing, it gets imbibed in them, embedded in them for 1 year or so. And then after they get a job or something, they'll come and tell me, so what to do? The photo is asking me to set up. I said, well, you handle it diplomatically. If you give him a lecture morality, he will lose a job. Just say, okay, whatever, but don't do it.
But is that the world today? I mean,
Not world. Yeah. I don't know what other countries do like that, but whatever experience I have had working in Reuters, which is a global thing, which is a lot of Indians work there, a lot of people from all across the world. So it doesn't belong to any one country. And of course, that I felt when I was even started with Indian Express. I know when I would go for a sports event, say a table tennis match, and before the match, they'll stand in front, the other side, with the flash and everything, and they'll tell the other guy to hit some shots, and they'll take the photograph. Then they'll go other side, and this guy's photograph they'll take, and they'll all disappear. And I'll hang around there. I was a youngster, my first job, and the organizer would come to me and say, "You can't shoot this." I said, what do you mean I can't shoot this? Sports and sports photography go hand in hand. And no, the flash will affect the players. I said, I showed the camera. Do you see a flash here? Then how will you shoot? Well, that's my problem. And then I have to, that is not digital. So I have to boost the processing, very little light, shooting in natural light, freezing that moment. And I was asked, why do you hang around? When do you just take the picture like golf, just taking a picture before swimming all the time? They're doing nothing but moment the thing is over, same picture for V sign after it. And I saw those international pictures. I said, no, I have to replicate that. They're doing that. I know what that's breaststroke or what's it called, butterflies, something. They come out like this, and I've seen this international pictures in sports stuff. I got to shoot that. I had a Pentax K1000 and a Sigma, cheap Sigma lens, and of course it was not autofocus. So I was trying my best at high shutters, fast shutter speeds, and it came out fantastic. Well, the water was flying around. So I love sports photography, and professionally it is done. But yes, why do you? Okay, forget the quality. But why do you just waste your time? I said, no, you have to shoot the real moment in a match. Otherwise, why go there? Why use a file picture? So I had this even before I joined Reuters. I realized that you have to shoot the moment. Right? But in Reuters, you really saw it go to a different level of, and I really respect them for that. Their dedication to their, to truth and reality, and And when I see with Indian newspapers, I get aghast in Photoshop what they're doing. But do it if any other field, but not as a photojournalist.